So today I wanted to share a video with you about what I think about when I'm traveling with tech and, well, just enjoying myself and sharing my knowledge, opinions and joy with you. And maybe that might have some effect on how and what I do in my videos. Let me explain. When I think about traveling light, I think about traveling without too many bags, too much stuff. I imagine I'm going on a journey with just the necessary things so I don't feel weighed down, but agile with everything I need, but maybe a few other items too. Nobody wants to be kind of, traveling bare bones. And that kind of lightness makes traveling just far more enjoyable for me. I feel like I can move faster, be more nimble, feel freer, be more flexible as well. And I think people who pack this way and don't also overpack their schedules, they can move more easily through not just their travels, but through life too. So when I'm traveling, I try to limit myself to doing 3 big things a day. And that's max. And that's not including going out for meals and coffee and things like that, but no more than that, no more than 3 things. Because if I do more than that, I'm just maxing out. It's just too much. And if I do that day after day after day, I just find myself exhausted, and you're not able to just kind of be and just be and see and experience and sense all the things. Now, if I think about how I travel and apply it to how I am on YouTube, what would traveling light look like on my YouTube channel and the way I show up and do my videos? You may have seen a lot of stuff recently about what's called retention editing. This is called the Mr. Beastification of YouTube. You've probably heard that phrase a billion times, I'm sure, but I think it's true. YouTube, to a large extent, is a game. And to play the game the way it's been played over the last few years, it's all about capturing people's attention in those first few seconds, those first even few frames. And now YouTube's kind of like auto-playing this new feature on mobile. So you've decided before you've even clicked on the video whether you're going to watch that video or not. And YouTube knows what your eyeballs, where they're looking and what they're doing. Now you can play that game, and I've played that game. You kind of have to. You can try to make fast scene changes, have amped up music, exaggerate even how you might be on screen compared to how you are in real life. But maybe that's a mistake. I don't think I've been doing that, but maybe it's a mistake that lots of people are realizing now. I think many people who have gone down that path and now feel trapped, not just by kind of how they are on screen, but also their editing style. I feel like they can't do anything else because if they change, then people will switch off. So actually they're just kind of quitting and doing something else instead. You may have seen that. And yes, certainly editing is not what gives me most pleasure about being here with you on YouTube. It's kind of fun sometimes, yeah, but it takes time. And yes, I want to grow. Yes, I want to make a full-time living eventually out of this. But the way that YouTube is right now, and the way that people have been YouTube, and yes, I've been doing it as well, it doesn't give me the amount of satisfaction that I'd like, or at least not as much as other things that I do in videos that give me more satisfaction. I'll tell you what really gives me satisfaction, and that's finishing a video, putting it out there, and then moving on to the next one. That sense of completion, that sense of coming to the end of a project, then moving on is great. And that was what was great about the last few days, last week, couple of weeks ago maybe, when I went to Nelson for just one day and recorded a whole load of my thoughts on screen with beautiful scenery and me on the bike with the Ace Pro and the Go 3, and then just put them out there pretty much unedited with a few kind of captions and telling you what was going on and giving you some context so you could make sense of what it was that you're watching. Now that was incredibly enjoyable, just being able to put it out there like that. That was fantastic. And the investment of my time was not in the editing. The investment of my time was being present with you on camera, showing you me, but also showing you the gear too, or how I'm using it, right? Because I know you're interested in the gear and the gadgets and how to travel and how to use this gear in your life. And sure, I want to show you all that, but I want to maybe show you that in a different way a little bit now. So let me get back to the trap of what's called retention editing. Maybe people use that as a crutch because it's easier to do that and try to perfect that in their quest for YouTube growth, to make the perfect video, this holy grail, but it's just not possible. But maybe it's easier to use that formula rather than the scariness of just being you on camera, which I think we've lost along the way somehow. And I don't think I have, but I'm really, really wanting to guard that. Because do you know what's really appealing about just being on camera? It's kind of like traveling light. I don't have to focus much on the edit when I get back into my room at the end of the day, or when I come back from the end of my trip and I have a ton of footage. I'm trying to remember what it was that I was doing on that day, what I was doing then, because I just want to be there with you then when I'm recording it, and be there with you when I'm showing it to you in the video. I don't want to be thinking back and saying, hey, what was I doing? How am I going to use this? You know, when I'm actually filming the video, what was I doing? What was I going to do the next day? Or how is this edit going to sit together? What kind of editing style am I going to use? It's just a lot. And then YouTube becomes more about project management rather than creativity or presence. And I guess that's where I'm coming from here. So yes, YouTube is a business. Being a YouTuber is a business. But how do I want to run that business? And it's kind of tricky to strike that balance. And so what I'm trying to do here, I guess, is think about the weight of that, the heaviness of that sometimes. And of course, I want to make videos that are discoverable. I want to deliver what you want in terms of what's a good camera, what's a bad camera, what's good tech, what's bad tech, what are the interesting new things, what are the good points, what are the bad points, what's this one like compared to the other one, what can I tell you about how to get the best 80% out of a camera, which is an efficient use of your time, and forget the extra 20%, which is going to take you a long time to try and master, but it's not actually going to increase the quality of what it is that you want to do, get out of that gear or gadget or whatever, or increase your enjoyment. Yes, I'm still going to do all that stuff, absolutely. But how? I think it's going to change a little bit. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to be delivering the bare minimum. I want to deliver value, but I also want to deliver me as well as the value of the stuff I'm going to talk about. So maybe on reflection, I'm kind of thinking about the tools I need to use to deliver satisfaction for you on a YouTube video, but for me as a creator too. So using the right editing tools and techniques at the right time. And I think this is going to become really important in 2024 and beyond, when in this age of AI, when people are going to be absolutely swamped with generative AI, headless content that's designed to meet your need before you even know you have it. I think there's going to be a deep hunger for people who are willing to just connect with you at a human level. And that's where I want to be. I want to be able to just kind of, be able to deliver that on that desire. I want to be able to just kind of roll up here, not unprepared. I've done my homework, but to talk to you about gear, to talk to you about my experiences, talk to you about my life and using that gear in my life and in my travels, so that you can see how you might want to use it in your life too. That's where I want to be. And that's where I want to be with you too. So traveling light, editing light, not overpacking my bag or overpacking each video, and just being able to enjoy not only creating the video, but also maybe when you watch the video too. I love your feedback and you letting me know what you think. So that's kind of what I've got to say about where I think this channel is going. Cool. I hope you're with me on that, because I really want to be with you on it. See you in the next video.